While I'm at the beach, don't let anyone squeeze the Charmin.
Oh, right, Mr. Ripple.
Got my new beach towel.
Oh, please don't squeeze the Charmin. Squeeze me instead.
Get your Mr. Whipple beach towel by mail for $4.75 plus 2 Charmin proofs of purchase.
Can I share your beach towel, Mr. Whipple?
Certainly.
George?
Not.
For your Mr. Whipple beach towels, see details in any participating store or write for a required certificate.
Hello everybody, and thank you very much for your time today. And today I'm coming to you from Isle of Palms, South Carolina. Yes! Alright guys, as always, like I say, trying to bring you guys different things, different places. Today, I'm coming to you from the beach, obviously. But what we're going to look at is some of the destruction that recently occurred from Hurricane Idalia. Now, by the time it arrived in Charleston, it was not a hurricane anymore, but there was a great amount of storm surge and flooding because it was high tide here in the Charleston region. So what basically happened here on Isle of Palms and also some of the other beaches heading up and down the North Carolina and South Carolina coast is that a lot of dunes were washed away. So a lot of sand, a lot of stuff that really keeps all of these properties from all of the water and all of the storm surge, unfortunately, washed away. And that's one of the reasons why we see all of these pipes here at this wonderful mansion style home, obviously very beautiful, but unfortunately everything has been washed away, and you can literally see underground under the concrete into where all of the pool and spa area is. And unfortunate because it's going to cost a lot of money to repair. Probably going to take a decent amount of time. And also, I assume the homeowner's policy, if there is a policy on the home, and flood insurance will go up drastically, which really sucks. It's really one of the big problems here down in Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. Because there are a lot of hurricanes, the homeowners and flood insurance packages are very expensive if you don't self-insure. So sorry to get a little technical on you, but again, I wanted to bring you some dead dunes. Now, one of the things that we are looking at here is from one home, you'll see a lot of these boardwalk areas. So you'll see, as we get a little bit closer here, where the wood was stained, where there previously either was sand or that's how high the water got. Guys, take a look at how high that is. Now, that's probably about 4 feet in the air. And that is, one, either where the water got to, or two, where the sand previously was from the dunes. You're going to see the concrete piers that were poured are totally exposed there. Let's take a look back at that property that we were looking at, and we're going to check out some other properties here down the shoreline as we head towards Sullivan's Island. Now, we're still on Isle of Palms here throughout the video, but let's take a look real quick. Here's my son walking up to the one dune that just got washed away, and he's about 5 foot tall. And you can see how high these dunes were and how much destruction occurred. And obviously a beautiful scene when you look back in the ocean, and unfortunately not too beautiful when you see all of these dunes that have washed away. Now, I don't know what these towns on the shoreline actually go through to replenish these dunes, how they pump the sand back in, either from the ocean or maybe from resources on land. But it takes a lot of time, costs a lot of money to protect not only just these homes, but also, these islands themselves. A lot of these areas are islands or they're peninsulas, and you know what? They definitely need to be protected because these are areas where people come to vacation, spend a lot of money, rent hotels, rent Airbnbs. Guys, here's another example of the boardwalk step area where the legs of the boardwalk area are literally fully exposed and hanging in the air. So very unsafe here, and you'll see where the dune was about halfway up those legs that I'm pointing to right there, totally washed away. So for those of you that have never seen anything like this in person, granted, this isn't very, very bad. I mean, there are certainly a lot of hurricanes and unfortunate shout out to Hurricane Sandy and all the destruction that it did in New Jersey and New York years ago. That's probably been about the worst storm on the East Coast in a decent amount of time here. But these storm surges and high tide being in the mix really wreak havoc on these beach communities. Now, you might say, hey, you know what? These folks got a lot of money because they own these homes. But I tell you what, that can really be the difference in a family, because maybe these homes have been owned by this family for a very long time. Maybe they don't have the money to repair. Maybe they don't have an insurance policy. So, you know what? It's kind of unfortunate to think about that. You know, that sometimes people are not in the best financial situation, even when they have beautiful, beautiful homes like this on the beach. Or again, maybe they've been in the family for 2 generations, 3 generations. You never know. So again, let's take a look there. See how much of the dune is totally gone. It is absolutely jaw-dropping to see that. Now there's another boardwalk pier that we're walking up to now that is totally collapsed. So you can see that it was probably about 7 or 8 feet high up in the air from that blue home. And the folks that were in that home would walk down. They'd be able to get on the beach, but obviously not today. And especially with the cost of materials today, with all of our inflation, it is going to cost a lot just to repair that pier. Also, I assume there's probably some permitting involved, maybe some engineering involved, so that adds to the cost here. So we've got about another minute that we're going to walk here up, and I want to show you this one property before we close out. And this property that we're going to take a look at actually has a full backyard that's all AstroTurf, which is really cool. So it's basically like a putting green in essence. So you'll see this home here had a little bit of a small dune, and they're doing work on this home anyway. I'm not sure if this is a remodel or if this was new construction, but you'll see there a lot of the piping is all exposed. And here is that home as we close out. Take a look at all that AstroTurf. Everything got washed away here, and the home is fully exposed. It looks like there's either some piers, or I'm not sure what that was there. Totally got pulled away from the home. Big ball of AstroTurf. But hey guys, as we close out here, I want to thank you for joining me. Please subscribe and join me in the next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.